He says, I reached out to O.D.B. and he wanted $15,000 to rap on the record. At the time, that was a lot of money, but it really wasn't for Mariah Carey's budget. So, no problem. He finally showed up 3 hours late, and when he got there, it was about 10:30 at night. He had been drinking and was on the phone when he walked in, irate, screaming at some girl how he's going to come kill her. He's going to kick her ass, and then whispering, I love you. Then screaming again. This went on for an hour. He finally came out and was like, yo, pardon me, this bitch is driving me crazy. I need some Moet and some Newports before we get into this record. I said, it's 12:30 at night, bro. I don't know where we're going to get Moet from. He started yelling at the assistants, calling them white devils. You white devils, y'all don't want black people to have shit. They went out for like an hour, and the only thing they could find was some Heinekens. He was so disgusted, he threw a bottle on the floor. At this point, Mariah had been calling every hour and an hour, wanting to hear something over the phone. Tommy was pissed because Mariah was keeping him up, so he finally got on the phone with O.D.B, and after that, finally we started to record. He said one line, me and Mariah go back like babies and pacifiers, then paused, said, yo, I need to take a break, and then went to sleep for 45 minutes. He woke up and was like, yo, let me hear what I did so far. We played his one line back. He sang another line or two, and then slept for another hour. He would come up with a line, punch that in, go to sleep. He went to sleep 3 different times in the middle of trying to get that one verse done. If you listen to the record now, on his verse, you can hear it's punched in pieces. He actually told the engineer, y'all better have y'all shit together and record it right, because I'm not doing it twice. I stayed in the studio until we finished it. So I was sleeping in the studio when Tommy and Mariah called me, and they said they loved the record. But Tommy had a bright idea. Let's get O.D.B back in the studio, and instead of just New York in the house, do a line for all the cities. I said, you've got to be kidding me. Of course, O.D.B wanted another 15 grand. He came back to the studio, a little more mellow, but dead tired. He's sitting there picking food out of his teeth. He pulled a piece of food out of his mouth so big it was scary. I was like, how long did you walk around with that food in your mouth? Like, it was unbelievable. Then he fell asleep on the couch, kicked one of his shoes off. His foot smelled so bad, we had to let him sleep and leave the control room. Eventually, we got the other parts done, and that was that. A week later, it was time to shoot a video. We reached out to him, and he wanted another 15 grand. No problem. So I sent a car to his house, and he drank every friggin' thing in the limo. I asked him, do you need the stylist to buy clothes for you? He said, nah, this is hip-hop. I'm just rocking some jeans and Timbs.
Right.
That day, he was in a trailer, in and out of consciousness, when I said, we're getting ready to do a scene.